So guys, VR gaming has hit a very important and exciting time in its lifespan, as 2024 seems to be the year that VR finally gets some much needed love from both AAA developers and their respective IPs. And with these 4 games in particular representing a monumental moment for VR gaming, I will be covering each of them with great detail, starting today with my Batman Arkham Shadow review. Welcome to the simulation. Inside the simulation, I am Too Damn Golden, your VR Voyager, and prepare to glide into the depths of Lower Gotham as we take a look at my Batman Arkham Shadow first impressions. So admittedly, last year's AAA delve into VR left just a bit more to be desired, as Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Nexus was met with pretty mixed reviews, and the collective fear of VR enthusiasts at large was that this minor misstep would poison the entire well of AAA IPs jumping onto VR platforms. But fortunately for us, this is not the case with Batman Arkham Shadow, and I'll just jump right into the gameplay here, as Arkham Shadow has done an absolutely outstanding job of encapsulating that true Batman feel, as this feels very much in the same vein of an Arkham Origins or Arkham Asylum in terms of the actual vibe, with gamers being able to pretty much do any and everything that players could do in the flat entries into this, whether you're gliding from fixture to fixture to better position yourself around a group of enemies, using various Wayne Tech gadgets to distract, disarm, or stun your foes, or simply gliding around using that signature black cape. This is very much an authentic Batman experience, which is definitely a much needed reprieve from 2016's remarkably short Arkham VR. Now, from a narrative standpoint, the story is very well crafted, seeing gamers take on a mysterious figure known simply as Rat King, whose horde of followers have promised a mass execution of both Gotham's police force and wealthy elites, culminating in a so-called Day of Wrath. And this narrative is one area where Arkham Shadow shines, as Camouflage did an excellent job of not only putting together the voice actors and writing staff, but more importantly, they really do make you feel like you are a very central figure in the world, avoiding the common issue of simply dropping gamers into the world with no stakes, as from the first moment you step into this one, you can feel every bit of uneasiness that Gotham has to offer, and it is this aspect that really makes this one feel like a true Batman experience, complete with a vibrant and dynamic cast of characters. With the level of immersion being very high within this experience, and players being able to open different drawers, doors, hatches, and more in this spectacular demonstration of high quality physics in VR, and fans of previous entries into this franchise, or just Batman fans in general, will be happy to know that the fan-beloved detective mode is not only present within this title, but serves as a major tool at Batman's disposal while trying to uncover the identity of the Rat King. And in terms of gadgets, Batman Arkham Shadow sports a host of different upgrades to accommodate a litany of playstyles, so you, the gamer, can play as your very own unique version of the Caped Crusader himself.
I'm Batman.
Graphically speaking, this is one of the strongest offerings that the Quest ecosystem of headsets has shown thus far, with the visuals and resolution being remarkably sharp considering the admittedly limited hardware that it is running on, especially when we're talking about indoor locations or this game's main characters, with the trade-off of course being flat textures being present in certain environments, as well as the occasional wonky looking NPC every now and again. But I cannot stress just how good this looks on the Quest 3, with it being just a notch below a title like Red Matter 2, but a nice step up from the likes of Assassin's Creed Nexus or Asgard's Wrath 2, so kudos to the team for pushing this headset to its absolute limit. But now, moving on to what you folks really want to hear about, the combat. How does it work, and more importantly, how does it feel? And I am very happy to report that again, the team over at Camouflage has knocked it out of the park, as truthfully, this is some of the sharpest hand-to-hand combat that VR has to offer at the moment, with gamers throwing a variety of different punches in an effort to complete combos, a process that is much more seamless than it may appear at first glance, as a series of prompts appear throughout combat instances, indicating either the location for best attack on a particular enemy, or in the case of a blue alert that appears on the screen, the best opportunity to throw a counter punch, as this is truly a nice and varied combat loop that changes up enough to prevent that feeling of repetitiveness, of course, that us gamers dread the most. So as of this recording, I am currently on my second playthrough and can definitely say that Batman Arkham Shadow is among the cream of the crop with regards to VR titles, and whether you're a fan of Batman or not, this is a very impressive masterclass on how to not only stay faithful to the source material, which in this case of course would be the Arkham series of games, but enhance and elevate the franchise to even greater heights. And while I think it's definitely too early to call this one a classic, I think that after putting some more time into Arkham Shadow to appreciate the lore, check out some of the various challenges presented, and see what the team over at Camouflage plans to add, that this very well could be one of the top VR titles to play, platform notwithstanding. So that's all I have for you folks today. I will be keeping you updated with anything Batman Arkham Shadow as we move forward, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. As always, I am Too Damn Golden, your VR Voyager, and thanks for joining me in the simulation inside the simulation.